Do you want to get started on property investing but not sure as to how you can start and really get your first property or second property? Well, in today's video, I'll be giving you 3 tips as to how you can fast forward your property investment journey, because I know how daunting it will be to acquire your first property. It's expensive, lots of information out there, it's articles, everyone claiming to be experts. Who do you listen to? So I'm just giving you 3 basic tips on how you can get started on property investment. Now, on to the first tip. The first tip is to do your research. Now, lots of people, they buy property without doing any research. They do more research on buying cars and what shops to eat at on the weekend. Isn't that a bit weird? Because properties are worth millions of dollars in Australia here in Sydney, and they don't give much thought as to which properties will be most suitable for them over the long run as an investor. Now, don't get me wrong about there's difference between living in the property and also as in investing. So if you're buying a home to live in, it doesn't matter where you buy. You can live in wherever you want. I don't care. But as an investor, it's all about numbers. You've got to take the emotion out of the equation. And this is what most investors get wrong. They buy with their heads, sorry, the hearts and not the heads. So heart, write this down. When emotions are high, intelligence is low. So when you buy with all these emotions, picturing yourself living there even though you won't be as an investor, this is where you overpay, this is where you compromise in research. So make sure your research is purely based on figures and facts and not what your head is telling you in regards to, I want to live there, or the kitchen looks great, it's beautiful. Make sure you buy with a calculator and a pen. Do your research. And another tip on research would be to research on which areas. Now in Australia, 80% of the property values is determined by the location. So 80%. So if you buy in the right location, it doesn't matter what property you buy in the location, as long as you get the location right, you are pretty much well off. So do your research on, doesn't matter which country you live in, that more likely than not, the suburbs closer to the CBDs in each city in country, they will outperform the outer suburbs. So make sure you do your research as to the locations of the suburbs, do your research on the historical performance of suburbs, and then you make your purchasing decision. Does that make sense? Now, onto the second tip, which is to get a team around you. Now, what does this mean? Property, it's easy, yet it's not simple. Now, there's not playing words, because a lot of people get it wrong. They don't take it seriously. Most investors out there, they just buy one property and just leave it there and not worry about it. This is treating it like a hobby. Now, think about it. If you treat your investment business like a hobby, you expect a hobby income. Does that make sense? If you want to take it seriously, if you want financial freedom in your life, you have to treat it like a business. Your property investment journey. Treat it like a business. Now, what does that mean? It means taking it seriously. For example, if you look at Roger Federer in tennis, he's got multiple coaches and mentors around him. He's got a team of experts, probably a fitness coach, a diet coach, everything. He's gone all in. If you're not all in investor, you don't invest in the best mortgage broker, the best advisor, the best, I don't know, solicitor, accountant, tax expert, whatever it may be, you need a team of professionals around you. And there's a saying that goes, if you're the smartest person in your team, you're in trouble. So make sure you surround yourself with like-minded investors who are also going all in property, and not those who are just dabbling and treating it like a hobby, because that's not how you get results in property investment. So surround yourself with the right experts and you will yield the best results. Now, onto the last point, and this is the absolutely most important point. Out of them all, most investors do not do this. This is why they fail. And that is to plan. They never plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Now, what does this mean? Picture this for a moment. You go inside a doctor's office and you tell the doctor, hey, I'm sick. And the doctor goes, here you go, here's your medication, off you go. Go to the pharmacist to pick it up. And let me ask you this, what's wrong with that approach? You may be thinking, hang on, the doctor didn't ask me for my symptoms, what's wrong with me? he or she just issued the prescription and sent it to the pharmacist. This is exactly what I mean by not having a plan, because every person is unique in regards to their circumstances, risk profile, income, stages of their life, you name it. Everyone is unique. So if you don't have a plan as to where you're going to end up, how do you expect to know what properties to buy, when to buy, what buffers do you need, all that kind of stuff? You need a plan. If you don't have a plan, then how would you retire with the amount of income you need? Most people, they think, I need $1 million to retire, I'm happy. Now think about it. $1 million, is that really what gets you what you want? It could be less, it could be more. So it's all dependent on your lifestyle, the desired lifestyle you want when you want to retire or when you want to start off living off your property portfolio. It can be 5 million, it can be 20,000. It depends on your living habits. So this is why it's so important to do a plan and also to buy in the right structures. Most people get this wrong. They buy incorrectly in the wrong structures and all that kind of stuff. This is why you need a property professional to advise you as to the structures you want to put up, what loans to get, with what names. There's a lot of things that you need to plan out before you even buy the first property. So most people, they buy the property first and then plan, which is incorrect. This is why most investors in Australia, they fail. Statistics show 92% of property investors in Australia don't own 1 or 2 properties, and this is why they never achieve financial freedom. If you want to get to the top tier level of property investors, you have to do stuff differently to the normal person, and this is why you should take it seriously like a business and plan. Have a plan in place so that you can follow it when things don't look too certain. You just refer back to the plan. This is what you agreed on. I hope you enjoyed this video. So summarizing up, the first tip was to do your research. So know what locations to buy in, what the current economic market is. Just do your research and find the best property for your circumstances. The second tip is to surround yourself with the best people around you. So remember, if you're the smartest person in your team, you will fail. You're in trouble, or you'll fail as well. So never be the smartest person in your team. And the third tip will be to really get a plan, because most people, they fail to plan, they plan to fail. So I hope this is a good introduction as to what you should be doing if you plan to buy a property. Don't make the biggest mistakes most investors make. Have a plan, have a good team, and also do your research. It's really, really important. Thank you for listening to this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up and refer this video, share it to someone who's looking to buy properties, because I see so many people coming to me and asking, Matthew, I want to buy property, what do I do? So this is why I'm making this video, just to give just the fundamental tips on how to get started. Thank you very much for listening, and as always, take action guys, and unleash the true potential that's within you. I'll see you on the next video soon. Take care.